Hmm.
We have our small warehouse already.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Do it right. It makes sense right off the bat. As long as someone's running it right and keeping all the accounting straight, it definitely works.
the thing that would drive me nuts is because I have an accounting background is the cost allocation. Like I would always charge per project, and
Mm.
you know exactly how much is going in versus buying everything in bulk or changing it up and then having to allocate it later. That
Yeah. So like we buy everything in bulk, store it in the warehouse, and we assign every single time something goes out, it's assigned under that house. So
okay,
every single time invoiced out to that house.
okay, yeah, definitely want to see kind of how you guys are doing it because I'm excited about that.
Yeah. So I'm just giving it a couple more minutes, see who else jumps on.
So you're saying you assign materials from your warehouse to each project?
Yeah, so a contractor, we have a website, an internal website that our contractors go on to. It's basically like Lowe's.com or HomeDepot.com. They'll build a shopping cart of all the stuff they need, submit it to the warehouse. They'll pull all that stuff and get it in a ready to go bin, like a pick bin.
Mm-hmm.
And the contractor backs up to the warehouse. We take the forklift and put that bin in the back of their truck. They sign something and they're off. But on the back end, they invoice all those individual items to that property.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's where you're accounting. Nice.
Yeah, runs pretty smooth.
You do that for tile and all the stuff, huh?
Everything except for large like lumber and stuff. We have a good connection with a local place that delivers same day, and they just bill us back. Like as soon as they write up their invoice, they'll email it over, and we punch it in the system right there.
Okay.
But they'll deliver same day. They'll go into the house, put things inside. We had it that way with paint for a while too, but we just started stocking our own paint again.
What were you doing before this real estate stuff?
Before this,
Yeah.
high school.
Wow.
Only 20. So
Oh man.
right out of high school, I spent my summer at home, like my last summer there, and then just drove out at the end of July, August, and went to work.
Oh, good for you. So doing this instead of college, or are you in college too?
No, I'm not in college, so this is instead of college.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
So
it's gonna
Tony,
it's gonna pay off for you 10 years from now.
it really is.
Yeah.
Like got a house at 20, and we're
Yeah.
starting to flip them and getting ready to line up some more. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. What you're learning to be an expert in all this stuff at 20, it's pretty nice.
Yeah. So Tony up there, looks like he's connecting his mic. I don't know if I can hear him. Tony was at the event, like the first event I went to with Matt. I was like a 10th grader. I paid $7,000 to go learn from Matt, and Tony was there too, and just like learn wholesaling. And after that, I pulled Matt aside, and he was with another partner at the time. And I said, "Hey, I really want to intern for you really bad. So once I'm out of high school, I'll come out work for you for free." And
Mm-hmm.
he's okay. So that's what happened. And once I left high school, came out here and just started and found my way into some stuff.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yeah.
Doing it right.
Yeah.
You know, it's a catch 22, right? Because I look at it from both ways. I thought the college experience was great,
Mm-hmm.
just because it allows you to see things differently. But the experience that you're getting from a work perspective is amazing.
Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty far ahead as far as work. When I want to go get the college experience, one of my buddies lives down in Tennessee, so I can go down there anytime, go to university in Tennessee and go hang out and do all that. So I kind of get it out of my system when I'm down there.
Is that what we're talking about? If college is
Don't go to
college, I think it's a waste of time. But anyway, it's college unless you're going to be an astrophysicist or you're really laser focused.
Unless you need that degree to go into the trade you want. I don't know.
Oh, I grew up in a very small town, Farmersville.
Me too.
And this is what college did to me. It just opened up. I had a few white roommates, and I primarily grew up in a Hispanic place, right? And then I had a black roommate, and I had an Indian roommate. So it just opened up my eyes, and it was cool for me. I felt I needed it, and then they laid me off, which was the best thing that ever happened to me was getting laid off, because that just forced me to do something differently.
Yeah. Well, looks like this is everyone that's going to come in for now. So today what we're going to talk about is tracking leads without a CRM. So quite a few people, I don't think, maybe Sai, I don't know if any of you guys have Podio, but basically once you
I
start,
do.
Yep. So once you
Yeah,
start,
I do, but I don't use it.
what do you say? You don't know how to use it?
No, I mean I do, but I don't use it. I just use I use a Google spreadsheet.
Okay, so this will help with that because that's kind of what I'm going to build off of is Google Sheets for a free way to track leads. So you're going to be doing all your marketing. You're going to be doing all these different things. All those leads need to collect somewhere so you can eventually go back, follow up, and just track them the right way. So Podio is basically like a glorified spreadsheet, but your team can go in there and collaborate on different leads, and you can also do automations on those. So like when a lead comes in, automatically give tasks, automatically send out emails, automatically do a bunch of stuff. But that costs money to set up. I mean, Podio is $30 a month per person, and there's also setup fees and coding it and all that different stuff. So the freeways definitely work until you get off the ground and you need that system once you're doing that volume. So I'm going to screen share. Some of you guys might be familiar with this, but if you go to, let me drag this Zoom thing out of the way, forms.google.com. Oh, I don't know why I brought me there. Let's see. Forms.google.com. So any type of lead intake form that you have, whether it's like a seller lead sheet or a buyer intake form, any way that you collect information and track it down on paper, you can convert into a Google form. So it's just going to digitalize that and make it easy to track. So you can go in, start from blank, then you just start filling out your questions. This can be your sell your house fast cash form. Then you just keep going down. You say all your questions off your lead sheet. Keep going down, down, down until you have your entire, say it's 15, 20 questions, or maybe it's just like 4 questions, depending on what you're doing. You can have multiple of these set up. Drag this out of the way again. So once that's done, you have all those in. You keep adding questions with this little sidebar here. You can add questions. You can add title blocks if you want to describe something that you want information on, images, videos, and then sections are actually pretty cool. If you have a long form, you can break it out into sections. Actually, I'll pull one up right here. So for my rentals, I have a long application. It's probably like 18 pages. You go through and you break these out into sections. So with sections, if I keep scrolling down, rental history check is a good example. So if the person says, if they have rental history, it's going to continue automatically to the rental history section. If they don't have rental history, it's going to skip that form. So it kind of streamlines the intake process on their end, makes it easier to submit their data. So you can see this from the front end. It's just a simple form. Fill all that stuff out, required fields, and it's friendly on mobile and desktop. The other cool thing is with these, so say you did a seller lead form, you can go up here to send. You can go to this little bracket right here. You paste that into your website, and now you have a way to intake leads directly from your website. You can go on Facebook. So say you're posting We Buy Houses ads on Facebook or Craigslist, something like that. Grab this link. Anyone that replies in a comment to it or anyone that messages you, you can just shoot them the link. Quick and easy way to get their leads. You can also email it out. So from there, go ahead.
No, I said interesting.
So let's see. It's not letting me X out. You can, give that 1 second. How's my video for you guys? I upgraded the internet today. I hope it's a little better, not laggy.
It's good.
Good. Okay. I hope it stays that way because the last one we did with Matt, the bank financing one, was kind of bad. You can hear him fine, but he was buffering the whole time.
Oh.
Let's see. Exit pages.
Yeah, it's good now.
There we go. So let's see. So eventually you're going to start getting some responses in. And when they come in individually, you can pan through them right here. See their application and all their answers to the questions. But you can also have it go to a spreadsheet automatically. So if you hit this little green button, you can choose from an existing spreadsheet, like if you already have a lead spreadsheet set up, or you can create a new one. Once you press create, it jumps you right in. And every single time someone submits that form, it's gonna put a new line on the sheet, everything in there. You can sort through those pretty easily. That's the best way I feel that you can track leads for free. You can probably get a free Podio account and use it to some extent, but you're gonna be really limited on the functionality. This might be a little bit better and easier to use, but I'm kind of curious. So Sai, you're using Podio. Are you using the web form in Podio, or how are you driving leads into there?
Actually, just I have a VA that kind of carries leads, so most of my leads come from Sherper.
Okay.
So she has access to my Podio workspace, and she'll reply to leads, get some information, put them into Podio, and then I have another VA that reaches out to them.
Okay. Is texting the only thing you're doing right now?
Texting and cold calling.
Okay.
So those are two big ones. Periodically, some rings voicemail drops. But yeah, those are the two big ones.
Yeah.
Texting taking up a large, gigantic portion of it, but I was going through some of the course material with the 80, 90 videos or so, and real interested in that Facebook method. So I've been working on that the last few days, couple of days.
Facebook Marketplace or paid ads?
Marketplace.
Okay.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, Facebook paid ads is actually another way you can drive leads too. You can do those. I don't know if you can see that in the course. It's in one of those sections. Lead ads on Facebook automatically exports to a spreadsheet, and then you can use Zapier to drive those leads wherever you want. They can send emails from there, or they can get put into your spreadsheets. Okay. Way to get leads for I think it's like $2 a lead, $3 a lead if you do it right.
Oh wow! Yeah.
We use Facebook lead ads a lot for finding contractors because they're really easy to target on Facebook. They would just go through, we tell them how many rehabs we're doing, and we would have them fill out a form if they're interested in working for us. So we tried it with sellers, a little bit harder with sellers, but still pretty cheap. I mean, $3 a lead. So
That's not bad.
no, not bad. You just got to convert them from that point. It's so easy to put a lead in on Facebook that sometimes they're not the best leads,
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was really quick. That's really all I wanted to show you for lead generation. It's really just Google Sheets and Google Forms. If you guys want to do Q&A with each other and me, we can go ahead, or we can kind of bring this wherever you want to go.
When leagues fill out that form, so is there anything in the background that takes them to a background check or something, or is that something y'all do separately after?
We won't do an automated background check, so you can go in after the fact, and you can have you can have a section that says I consent to a background check, like a little checkbox, and then you can do it after the fact. All it is a way to intake the information in a clean way. So you'll have to do the work after the fact. So whether
How are you collecting the application fee?
you can't through this way.
Mhm.
So you can always go back, send them an invoice after, but this way you can't.
Mhm.
I assume if you use an automated like a rental software. You can collect it that way. But this is just like for seller leads, buyer leads, any simple intake.
Mm-hmm.
What else are you guys thinking? Tony, can you able to jump on and talk there?
Yeah. I mean, I pretty much just use Google. Well, we use Google Sheets for to track our leads. Actually, that's what we have. It's just we call it the offer database, and so we just put the leads in there. Well, we have our VA does that. Me and my son-in-law, we work together. So when we get the leads in, he just goes ahead and put them in there, and we're basically just texting real estate agents. So okay. I mean, we need to branch out, and we will, but we've been just specializing in real estate agents for like 5 years now, and so we have like a tab in our offer database for each different market we're in. Like we're in all of Southern California, so we have San Diego, LA. Well, it's basically San Diego and LA are the two tabs for Southern California. Then we have Portland now that we're doing deals in, and then we're opening up Vegas tomorrow, really, next week. So we do like 2 to 3 deals a month right now. You know, kind of on average. We're doing more, and then COVID hit. You know, so we're doing like 5 to 6 a month before COVID, and then now we're doing like 2 to 3. But we're building it back up.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, we use Google Sheets. So it's the offer database, and we have a tab for like what's in escrow. Then we have a tab for our leads for each different market, and we have a color coding system. Like if it's the current active lead, it's in white, and then if it's like what's the other we have? Like if it's old and dead, if it's dead, then it's like it's not red, it's kind of off red. Okay. So then we do follow up, and today I'll do follow up there in those markets. But yeah, we use Google Sheets. I have Podio. I never use it. I just have the free version. I just have it's like I want to get maps. And then we text blast through Gopher Close. Yep. And yeah, I don't know if any of you use Gopher Close or it's like super complicated, but my son-in-law works with me and he's an engineer, so he it's like difficult for him even. So we're gonna probably switch to Lead Sherpa, I think, eventually. Yeah. But I wanted to ask how Lead Sherpa, to the gentleman, I didn't catch your name. You say you use Lead Sherpa. How are you liking it? I know Matt uses it too. You guys use it too, right?
Yeah, we do.
So it's pretty good. Yeah, is it simple or?
Who else is using Lead Sherpa in here? Any of you guys?
I use it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't interact with it too much. I just got a VA and like hit Sherpa, and you handle it. But she hasn't had really any issues with it or so. Pretty simple templates. And I think in Matt's in the training program, there's like a 20-minute video where they go through Sherpa.
Mm-hmm.
Just how to quick replies. So that probably a real great intro. But so far so good for us. And then we use the same company for like a secondary skip trace.
Use Lead Sherpa skip tracing also.
The secondary, it was our primary until y'all introduced me to Data Finder.
Okay, Data Finder better.
Yeah, well, it was
Data Finder,
it was slightly better and about 20-30% cheaper.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
The whole thing with Lead Sherpa,
Data Finder,
it's all in one place with Lead Sherpa, so it's kind of like part of the process. But Data Finder does have a better hit rate, and I guess it is cheaper. So
I'm gonna save that in my notes there.
Yeah, datafinder.com, and I think we have a referral code for a cheaper rate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, let me see if that's in here.
Right on.
One sec.
Anybody? I use Evernote now for my notes.
Yeah, I used to use that in high school for note taking too.
Oh, no way.
Yep. Let's see.
Did you not use it anymore?
No, I work out of my inbox on my Gmail. So I'll like write emails to myself, and my Gmail's, all my unreads are at the top, and there's a separate section for everything else below that. So I'll send something to myself and mark it unread, and that's kind of like my to-do list.
I do that too. Yeah, I do that too, actually.
So Data Finder, we don't have an affiliate for that. I just looked.
What?
Nope. Never mind. That's something else.
That's okay. It's all right. I'll still get it. It's pretty, you know, we're not skip tracing right now. You know, we're just doing the agents, you know, but we're going to, you know, we are going to be doing that.
You can pull a list
doing?
of agents from, I think it's Exact Data. We've done it before.
Oh, you pulled it from Exact Data, agent?
I think it was Exact Data, one of the list companies. So ListSource or Exact Data, we pulled an entire list of all the local real estate agents, and we're able to contact them.
Really?
Yeah, so we were able to get, you know, 1,000 names pretty fast.
No way, dude. See, this is why I love that I got this, you know, that I got this program with you.
Yeah.
So Exact Data, huh?
Yeah, one of the two, ListSource or Exact Data. I forget which one because Amanda did it. I can text her quick and she'll probably get back before we end up here.
Awesome. Wow, that's awesome because, yeah, that would be easier because right now we just get access to the MLS, you know, and then we, you know, but I mean, it's kind of cumbersome, you know, because we basically just search the active listings and the, you know, and so like, then we give it to the VA, like we pull all the listings, we pull all the listings with the agent's info, and then we send it to our VA, and then they sort through and see if there's duplicates, et cetera, you know, but it's cumbersome, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm finishing up this text. We'll see what she says.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks, man. And I think we lost that other guy, didn't we? Yeah.
I'm not sure who it was. There's someone else on the phone.
No, it's the dude about college or something. I don't know.
Oh, what was that?
That guy that was talking to you about college or something.
That was Armando up there.
That was me.
Oh, that was you?
Yeah.
Oh, there you are. I thought we lost you.
Anything else you guys want to hit on?
I was I want to ask Tony. It was okay to ask Tony a question.
Mm-hmm.
And like his marketing channels, just reaching out to agents. Do you reach out to, you know, you primarily wholesale deal, you flip them? I know you're in different markets, or is it just you just reaching out to them and writing offers for listings? How's all that? Does that go in business?
Oh, no, you know, actually, so we basically we like texted them, and we partnered with this national buyer, and it's basically a wholesale brokerage called Net Worth Realty, and they're just a wholesale brokerage. They're just a bunch of agents, and they have offices all throughout the country, pretty much in 20-something markets. And so we partnered with them because they just buy deals, and then they close on them, and then they resell them to their buyers. And so we partnered with them to send them these pocket listings, and then when they sell them to their buyers, when they close on them and sell them to their buyers, we get, you know, we split the fee with them. And we don't, you know, we just do it all virtually. We don't go see properties. We basically text the agents, and we text them scripts, you know, that I make, or Ricardo, my son-in-law, makes, that, you know, do you have any deals? We're cash buyers. You can double end a commission. You know, you can write the offer, give us a call, you know, our name and number, and that's how we pull in leads from them, because we give them the incentive to, you know, that they can double end a commission. They're going to represent us, i.e. Net Worth, on, you know, they're going to get both sides of the commission. So that's how we incentivize them. And a lot of times they want the relist, so we tell them we can't do it, but we'll throw something on top, because, they'll get extra commission. And, that's how we pull in the pocket listings. And we probably get about 15. Last time I checked, we get probably right now about 15 to 20 leads a week, more or less. And we're doing, like I said, about 2 to 3 a month. This month we're doing 4, but like last month we did 2, for example. So previous month we did 3, I think. And, that's how we just kind of reach out to the agents and let them do that. But we want to branch out to other, off market, direct to seller as well.
Neat. Yeah, I've never heard it done that way.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
That's a question about like,
One sec, let me show some.
Sorry?
Realtrends.com is what it was. Amanda said she did it back in 2015, so you have to take a look around and see if it's still an option. But realtrends.com is where she pulled all that agent data from.
Cool. I'm going to put that in my notes. Real Trends. Cool.
Dan, what were you saying? Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, so I guess my quick backstory is I'm just getting started. So I do accounting for my full-time job. I'm just trying to get started out. And so I have your courses, and then I have courses from like other wholesale teachers, and I bought like other CRMs too. And I'm just trying to figure out like which route to go. So kind of wondering what are your costs like for you guys like per month? Like, so I won't mention the names, I guess, because we're doing this call, but one of them I have like lifetime, and it includes just like CRM, but it doesn't have like all the texting and the calls and everything. It has like ringless voicemail, and I think I could do texting in it. And then there's another one that I was looking at. It's like a recurring like $200 monthly fee, and it has like within it calls, but then you have to like pay a subscription, and you have to have like a payment plan for numbers. So it's kind of like CallRail.
Yeah.
And then I know you have like.
With us, we don't own the software and sell it to you. So there's a third-party company that is a company that allows, Podio, that allows you to build your own custom software on top of their platform. So it's a cloud-based platform that you can build on top of. All I'm doing is inserting what we built on top of Podio. So once you pay our fee to install that for you, all you have to do is pay Podio based on the amount of users you have in your system. So it's going to be, $27 a month per person. We have our entire team on there for everything, property management, rehabs, everything. I think we have 80 people in there. So that's pretty much it. So just your one-time setup fee, and then your monthly fee to Podio. You're never locked in.
What do you use for like phone? So what do you have, CallRail? And then
use CallRail is how we track all the marketing. You can like click to dial out of Podio, but it's individual. You have to go through each lead by like pressing the right arrow. You can click to dial and it'll call your phone. But there's pretty much like limitless add-ons to Podio that you can get all different functionality. You can text right from Podio. You just type in SMS, and then you can write a message and it goes right to the person. So.
And then what's your process?
What's that?
Go ahead.
It's like a one-off texting. It's like individual case by case. It's not like a mass contact service.
Right.
So if you're like looking at cold call or mass text, it's definitely better if you use those like Mojo Dialer or Sherpa to do it.
Yeah, Mojo, that was the other one I was thinking of. Yeah.
That's what we've been using. We've been using Mojo Dialer and Lead Sherpa. Now, just to get this straight, so you guys customize Podio for your own business stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And you're saying that we can actually buy that customized program from you guys?
For acquisitions right now. So there's another team that was reaching out to us to buy our renovation software, but I'd have to build it. It'd be the first time that someone, I know that'd probably be the one that you'd be interested in. That'd be the first time that I build it for deployment use. So it's internally built. We use it every day, but I need to build a separate like mirror image of it to deploy. It's set up separately on the back end. It would just take a couple weeks to set up, and then you can buy that. But right now, we sell our acquisition software. So.
And that's the $30 a month you were saying?
$30 a month is the Podio fee. The acquisition software is $29.97.
Gotcha. Okay.
$2,997.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And
Ryan,
that's all customized for your guys' business, and well, I've heard it gets pretty expensive if we were to customize it for ourselves, and you guys are already doing it. So
yeah, so you already have, once you buy the acquisition or the rehab software, you'll have a really great base. It'll completely do all the functions of wholesaling, flipping out of the box. But if you have specific things you want to customize, you have to pay a coder to come in and make the changes. And I think they're 70 to 120 an hour to do it. But as long as you go in and tell them exactly what you want and don't make a lot of change orders, it's not too bad to customize it to fit your specific process of how you do things.
What's the cost per text, by the way, with your software?
When you're texting individually out of Podio, it's actually included in your user fee. So that $30 a month per user, it's included in that. And we've never ran over the amount of usage. So it's basically free.
How many texts can you do per month?
It gives you like a credit of $20 a month, and it's like a cent or something a text. Maybe I think it's less. So I think based on the
Because we text.
it's based on the amount of users. So the more users you have, the more credits you have for SMS.
Because we have 2 users and we text. I mean, we text a lot. We text. About we send out about 16,000 texts a month.
Out of Podio?
No, we use Gopher Close.
Okay.
I don't recommend Gopher Close unless you're an astrophysicist or unless you're just something like a rocket scientist. But my son-in-law is pretty sharp, and he's a computer engineer or an electrical engineer, and for him it's challenging.
Mm-hmm.
But he does it. Yeah, it's so difficult. But we got it because it was recommended to us by Ryan Moeller, who was going to be on this call, but he couldn't do it. But is he on? Okay, he's probably listening then. Hey, Ryan. And
I'm here. I'm
probably,
just on mute. How you guys doing?
Good.
Yo, man, I'm shooting you props.
How you doing, buddy? You lay it on thick.
I'm good, man. What's that?
Said lay it on thick.
Yeah, no, like Ryan, and Ryan's sharp too, man. It's like he used to work at NASA, but
I mean, it's new, so they just haven't kind of really worked the kinks out yet. So it's a little bit buggy.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, it's cheaper.
I liked Text Magic, but what I didn't like is, say for instance, I'm blasting out 3 different properties. One's a duplex, one's a flip, one's a single family rental. I would love it if I could just go look at the responses to the single family rental, and respond to them and just say, hey, hey, it's going to be open at this time, but it's like I've got to go through every single. They can't do. It's like it kind of loses the thread.
There's no like filters or way to search for people.
Yeah. So like I asked the support, and they're like, no, we don't do that. And I didn't really understand. I was like, Gopher Close is the same way. It's just you just if you send out like 5 or 10 different text campaigns in a day, you just have one list of responses. You can't see the responses by the campaign. So like that, I didn't really understand that. Like I used to, I don't know how I did but I used to do web development and build stuff like that for NASA. It's a terrible fit for my personality, but somehow I fought through it for 3 years. But I mean, that should be very simple programmatically, unless it's, they're using, say, like Twilio to actually send the texts, and there's really no way to have kind of like the campaign or whatever was sent, like it just loses it. There's no way to pass that back.
Yeah.
So, that would
Sherpa.
like a pretty, did Sherpa do it?
Sherpa, you can separate all your campaigns. You can have all the different leads under each different campaign. You can do limitless campaigns and go see all your leads right in there.
Sweet.
So
if I send out 3 campaigns and I get 10 responses to each, I could just go to the one that I could go to the duplex campaign, and I could follow up and say, hey,
exactly. Yep.
This is going to be open at this time. Only to those people. I don't have to go to all 30 responses and say, hey, were you asking about the duplex or the flip? It's almost too frustrating to even.
Yeah, you should check out Sherpa for sure.
Well, what's cool about Sherpa too is
Podio rules, and I've been using InvestorFuse for a while. They don't support the Podio anymore. They built it just an online version, and it doesn't really have like the 3 out of the 4 functionality pieces that I use the most. So I've been sticking with the Podio version. But I mean, Tyler's setting me up with Matt's build out, and I'm very interested to see that rehab management, because I've got a team. I mean, we do a lot of deals, and we just like that, just that having all the team members being able to collaborate, in one place, just communication would be, we're at that point where it's like long overdue. I've even looked at like Builder Trend and Co-Construct and stuff like that.
It's not a full kind of all-in-one solution though,
Yeah. I mean, Podio is easy. The learning curve to learn Podio is easy. And you can, like, if you need to add a couple fields, a non-programmer can figure that stuff out pretty quick.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's drag and drop on the front end. It's just the back end with the automations is the complicated part. You can change whatever you want.
Yeah, that's where you need kind of like the programmer. Yeah, where it like spits out your, based on what you enter in the offer, your offer app, mm-hmm. It will spit out, your offer, all filled out, and then send it over for signatures.
Yep. So I did an hour-long, like a consultation call with someone that wanted the renovation software. I did it on Zoom, so it's recorded. I can forward it to you guys, and you can look at how it works and stuff.
That would be awesome. Yeah, I would love to look at that. And I got to look at the bank financing one. Banks don't seem to like me, even though I have, I recently had like an 805 credit.
Yeah.
And all my, my DTIs look good. My tax returns didn't look good because I was reinvesting my money, and it's, and writing it all off. So that's kind of the only thing that, but still I'm self-employed and in real estate. So it's basically, it's like a no to everything.
Yeah.
Unless I cross collateralize it, with like a property I own free and clear for $1 million. They'll go up to like 20% or something ridiculous. So I get bank financing frustrates me.
Yeah, I'm not the bank expert, but from what I can gather, are you doing like commercial loans through your business, or are they going personally secured?
I was trying both. I was, I would talk to I talked to pretty much every single small, every single local bank, big or small, every credit union, Farmers Bank, all that, everybody. And I would, I would basically come right in and just say, here's my tax return, here's everything, here's what have been sticking points in the past, what can we do, or like, can we have a conversation? And they're like, everything looks great. This should be a no-brainer. And then they send it over to the underwriter, and then there's always seems to be something that they flip out about.
Yeah, so definitely
Okay.
come on next Wednesday. Matt's going to talk about bank financing again.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
Good deal.
Oh, nice.
talk through it.
Yeah, I missed yesterday or whenever that was, Monday or Wednesday, I think, because I had some computer issues. But yeah, Ryan's driving through Indiana right now. Well, you're probably in Ohio, right?
No, I just got on the road like a half hour ago. I'm out. I'm back. I'm in the country. It's farm. It's nothing but farmland for the next like 2.5 hours.
Mhm.
So
Hey, the heartland.
most
Hey, how
boring drive. Are they, Tyler? So they didn't. Matt didn't do another one of the calls from the kind of the virtual mastermind. He didn't do the Wednesday call this week. It didn't.
The virtual business mastermind, since those follow-ups are kind of coming to an end anyway, we just merged you guys with this group
Gotcha.
now.
Gotcha.
We originally only wanted to do 4 follow-ups, and we kept going, but we just
Yeah, I know you guys did extra ones.
we'll keep you guys in this June every Wednesday. So
one of the things that, you know how much I paid for Gopher clothes for to send out about 20,000 texts a month is only about $500. No, about $500 more or less, and that's only because actually I pay for the 3 funnels we have, we pay $300, like $100 per market, in other words, per funnel. So and so that's $300 for that, but then the texts themselves really are only about another couple $100 to $300. So I know it's going to go up with Lead Sherpa, right? Like I need to consult them, but because there's 0.007 cents per text.
is it?
Which is pretty good, but
I'm 100% sure on the pricing. I know the base fee is like $500 a month for Sherpa, but Sai, do you know per text cost?
okay.
No, I'm gonna see what that up. I think you can do up to like 2,500 texts per day.
Include the 500.
Oh yeah.
Last time I checked, but just want to make sure. Look it up right now.
That's the train.
Yeah, I'm about to throw Ryan on mute.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. No. Like I drove whatever it was at the construction or whatever. It's making loud noise in the tires.
You're good. Anyone else want to switch topics while everyone's here?
How do you guys go about tracking calls? Like, do you do like paper-based when you're making calls? Like, say you're calling a bunch of people at once. Do you do paper-based and then you like manually type it in after? What's up?
Outbound calls?
Yeah, or inbound. Like, how do you go about
Inbound.
calls?
Ryan, inbound calls is all tracked through CallRail. So all those have every single marketing campaign, every single avenue that someone can call in from is a different phone number in CallRail.
And when you're asking them like questions and stuff, and do you write that on paper or do you type it in as your?
They all hit a call center and they're filling out our Podio lead form. So like, remember I just showed you a Google form? They can fill that out.
I think I missed the beginning part, the Google form.
They're filling out a digital form and that's getting collected in a Podio or a spreadsheet in someone else's case. So that's how you can track that. The phone number that they call in from, they can notate that too, and that's how you segregate your marketing, because you know that that phone number equals yellow postcard or that equals a texting campaign. Outbound, you do it through Mojo Dialer, and Mojo Dialer, you can take notes in there and you can push it right to Podio or to a spreadsheet or anything like that. You can take all your statuses and take notes in Mojo Dialer and track it that way if you want.
Okay, so Mojo's linked to the Podio.
Mojo Dialer is pretty slick because you can call, when you're outbound calling, call 3-4 people at once until they pick up, and you can burn through lists really fast.
That's the Mojo you said?
Mojo Dialer? Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that's definitely worth checking out. Check out like a YouTube video on it. You can call, I think you can call up to like 6 people at once with it if you're like an experienced call center person. But starting out 3 is like the most that a normal person can do.
Do you guys use Tyler? You use you have like people on your team there calling out, or do you just have virtual assistants do that? Like
We had a in-house cold caller using Mojo for about 2 months, but then we something happened to him. He couldn't come to work anymore. We just switched it to a VA, and we got an English-speaking VA to do it. So
right.
it's probably something
And they use
outsourced anyway. But
sorry.
Now that's a Google Voice number.
Yeah, that's sorry about that. Yeah, that's the right. It goes to my that's a oh, by the way, I'm glad that and Tyler, I want to ask you, I've been using Google Voice for 10 years, and it's been great up until like, I don't know, man, the past year.
Yeah.
Huh?
We switched this month or last month because it
Yeah, so it was because what?
It kicked us out. We couldn't use VAs in it anymore, and they just basically booted us and suspended our Google Voice accounts. So
oh yeah, that's what you meant. Okay.
Yeah. So now since we use CallRail for all the different marketing channels anyway, CallRail also offers something like Google Voice, and it actually works out better because it's eliminating a step. So we do it through CallRail's soft phone, is what it's called.
What's the pricing on CallRail?
Okay.
I'm not sure off the top of my head. Let's see.
So yeah, just really going back and forth in my mind. There's this like all-in-one system that another wholesaling guru guy was selling, and it has like everything in it. It's like $200 a month. So I'm thinking that's like $2,400 a year, but it includes everything. So I'm just trying to weigh like the pros and cons of.
So CallRail is $30 a month, and then there's different plan levels, but $30 a month should be able to
You
get
got 30 for that, and then you've got the lead Sherpa, and then the.
But I'll tell you, with an all-in-one software, you're kind of boxing yourself in. I mean, it's really nice to have the different channels and different softwares because each of these companies are the best of the best in their specific space. You don't want an all-in-one that's, maybe really good at tracking leads, but they suck at the calling part, or they suck at the texting part. You're kind of just stuck with that, and you have to live with it. Like with Lead Sherpa, you can have the best of the texting platforms. CallRail, you can have the best of the phone platforms. You can merge them all together. Whichever way you do that, you can merge them all through Google Sheets.
Yeah, that's a good point. I did think about that too. Yeah, it's a good point.
Who's the company, bud?
You talking to me?
Yeah, who's the company you're
So
thinking
one
about?
was so Sean Terry just came out with it's called Freedom Logic. I think it's like a white label version of Freedom Soft.
Yeah.
And I think it was like $600 or $700 to like sign up with him through it, and then it's like $200 a month. And then another one I have is I already bought the lifetime from Cody Sperber. He had a deal automator, and it was like $1,200 lifetime. So I already got that, but it's only texting, Ringle's voicemail, and then like tracking leads, and then it has some like repairs. I mean, I think that one's the white label of RealFlow. So I don't know, but everyone's good at sales, so it's. And then I have all these like good courses by all these teachers that are killing it, and then I'm like getting pulled in all these different directions, and then at the same time, I'm like really busy with my job, and they laid off like a third of our staff, and like I have like way more work now, so. Trying to figure out how to like get this started has been a challenge for me.
Yeah.
On top of this, I have
get a deal
two
done.
multifamily properties, so I don't know. I'm just pretty busy, but trying to figure.
Dude, you came to the right place. I'll just say this is definitely. I've been with Dean now here for 10 years, and if I'm where I'm at, to give a plug here for Dean, they didn't tell me to say this, and I'm not like, but this is definitely the right place. If I'm here, it's because of Dean and Matt, and now Tyler, and dude, I know you're definitely at the right place, but you just take action, and I know this system works for sure. Cody's great. I think he's for real, of course. He spoke at Dean's event a few years ago. Remember, Tyler?
Yeah.
And he used to have that real estate event, and then also Sean Terry's great too. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, Sean Terry and Dean did a course together. It was like Remote Millions. And then Matt's done a course with Dean. I got that one too on the wholesaling.
Dean who, I'm sorry?
Graziosi.
Oh, Dean Gray.
Yeah, Dean's pretty
yeah.
much out of the real estate space.
Yeah,
now.
he sold all his rentals, right?
Kind of parted ways. He still owns a couple places here in Illinois. He actually owns the house right next to mine.
Yeah, he's focused on his
Oh, dude,
knowledge
really?
business blueprint and a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, he's
I
going big
know,
time.
dude.
Yeah,
He's
his target market is everybody. You know, not just real estate investors.
Yeah.
But
Right.
yeah, I mean, Matt, I've taken all kinds of training in the last, I guess, 18 years, 17 years or something. Now, I mean, Tony introduced me to 4 Weeks to Freedom, and that's what really got me. I'd done about 50 deals at that point in time, and I've done, I'm around 250 in the last 4 years now. I mean, Matt,
Dude.
what I like about Matt's stuff is it's not just, he didn't just read a book and, or go to somebody else's seminar and he's just kind of regurgitating it. This is stuff that he's implemented in his business and perfected. And I mean, he's practically giving you his, all these videos. I mean, that's exactly what you guys use.
Yeah, the whole
what
system.
Amanda and and Tyler and stuff. So it's just it's been beat up and improved and critiqued and improved to the point where it's just it's like
yeah. Just for example, you just said you're not using the Google Voice.
Yeah, so it's very practical and I remember the first time I was watching Tony and I were watching the first 4 Weeks to Freedom video. There's like 4 maybe hour-long videos, and the first like half of the first video really wasn't resonating, and I was messing around with my phone, and Tony's like getting pissed off, like he's about to throw me out of his apartment. And
what's 4 Weeks to Freedom? What is that?
It's an older.
It's an older program. Let's see. Is 4 weeks? It's a lot of like wholesaling. A lot of like buyers and lead gen and
Dean
yeah. And Matt, Matt was like that.
It was in like 2013 or 14.
Matt did the whole like all the
Yeah.
videos. Yeah.
Yeah.
What came after that? What was the one that came right after that?
Reps. That's right.
Yep.
Remember that, Tyler?
Yep.
Dude, Tyler and I go way back with Ryan. Yeah, dude. We've been with these guys, for years, man. And so you're definitely in the right, your choice, Dan. Whatever you want to use. But those other guys are great too. But this is definitely like, Matt is done way more deals, I think. Well, I don't know if I should say that, but like it's just Matt is. Yeah, I think Matt's. I don't know, like Sean Terry's killing it too, but. I don't know. I know that they've definitely taken us to the promised land. Matt and Tyler here.
What type of stuff are you doing? Are you doing wholesaling, or you're doing flips too, Tony?
No, just wholesaling.
Okay, and you're doing the co-wholesaling.
Yep, co-wholesaling.
Yeah, pretty much. And so, we do about 2 to 3 deals a month right now, and it's a good machine. You just got to get it going. You just got to so right. I would pick whatever system you're going to use and then stick with it and just get started right away, because this is the time, man. This is the time to do it.
Yeah, I feel that.
This is definitely, it's a great time. And Tyler, I was going to ask you on CallRail. So how do you do, because Google Voice, I have it sitting on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, do you do that with CallRail too? Do you have that, like, you use that, or you just use your cell phone now?
So I haven't played with that. Amanda's the one that set it up, but I'll look real quick if they have a mobile app.
Okay. I wonder, it must be the same thing, I would think. And then you use, like, the number through. Yeah,
it's right on the phone. It's like you can have the dialer right on your phone. You can call out through a campaign number. So you can have your like yellow postcard campaign pulled up and you can call out through that phone number. So that's pretty sweet. Yeah. You can actually like call from channels.
Oh man, Google Voice. Well, what are you going to do, man? It was a good run.
Google Voice is dead.
Google Voice is dead, man. Oh man. Damn.
That's the good thing.
Hey fellas, I gotta hop off. Yeah, Tyler, thanks you rule.
Yeah, I'll see you guys.
Appreciate it, guys. Yeah, I gotta
take
call
care.
I gotta call an investor here.
Go ahead. See you, Ryan.
But cool guys.
Ryan.
Thanks so much.
Ryan, pedal to the metal, Ryan. Pedal to the metal, man. Try to go 100.
Tony, where are you based out of?
California.
Me? Oh, I'm in. I'm in San Diego, actually. Actually, I've been living in Mexico City, down with my wife.
Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty much where I live full time.
Just went there back in October, actually, Mexico City.
That explains the tan.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah. My wife's from Colombia, and her sister lives in Mexico City, actually.
Oh, yeah. Oh, did you say that explains the tan?
Yeah.
And Dan, you're in Boston?
Yeah, I'm in Boston, yeah.
Sorry, where
are you in Boston?
I live in Everett. It's
Richmond.
like right north of Boston, like 10 minutes. I don't know if
Nice.
you're familiar with it. We got a new casino built in the past year, so it's closed down right now, but it was like a 2.6 billion casino. It was like the biggest like single phase development in Massachusetts history. So I lucked out because I bought a 2-family and a 3-family property in this town. Like one of them I bought for like 400 grand, and now it's worth like 770. And then the second one I bought for like 725. It's probably worth like 800 now in the last 2 years. So it's been good. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's my next step. So I think I need to like generate more cash. That's why I was thinking the wholesaling route to build cash faster. And then like I want to buy more rental properties. And then I'm debating like, do I want to buy out of state because Massachusetts is so expensive? Yeah.
So
Yeah, dude.
I didn't know where you were from, Si?
Oh, I'm in Richmond, Virginia.
Okay. I'm just
Virginia?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Do you guys
Richmond,
all
Virginia.
Do you guys all invest locally, or do you do the remote style?
I do Hampton Roads too. So I'm in Central Virginia, but I'll do stuff in Hampton Roads, which is like 2 hours away. So if I needed to travel, I could. But fortunately, fingers crossed, I think I got a deal is gonna close out today. And there's a house in Hampton Roads I never saw, so that felt pretty good. So I got an email asking, hey, what it's an injector. So I'm like, oh.
So you have somebody out there that does everything for you in Hampton?
So we do a lot. So we make the offers of the phone virtually. So, but I have boots on the ground. I have a lady. She's a mobile notary person, but she also she does insurance claims for insurance companies on the side too. So she knows when she goes in houses what to look for and stuff like that, and she'll put lock boxes up. So she did that for me on this property.
Nice.
So, and Andre, where are you at?
I'm in Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas. Okay.
Yeah, Austin, Texas. I buy turnkeys out of state right now. I use rent to retirement to buy all mine, and I'm in the heavy acquisitions phase. And then on the side, figuring out if I want to start a wholesale business too, to become a quote unquote real estate business and just grow the active income along with the passive income.
What's the rent to retirement?
Where are you buying your turnkey properties?
Indianapolis right now.
Indianapolis. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where that's his Ryan's market. Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. Maybe he can sell you some properties. That's exactly what he does.
Do you have a property management company, or how do you go about?
That's who Turnkey is. Turnkey does.
Yeah, it's got basically got the property management included in the deal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, nice.
So it's good if you have high W-2 income. It's like I could buy them pretty fast, doing it that way, faster than I could even starting a business. So I'm doing that for a bit, but also wanted to start the business as well to try to get out of the corporate world too in the next 5 or so years.
Single family rentals, or
yeah, single family, trying to go for higher appreciation with the single family.
Doing like 20% down, or how are you going about that?
25%, because it gets a lower interest rate with 25%, at least with my lender.
Yeah.
And that's under your. Is it you're doing? Are you doing it just under your name or commercial?
Right now it's conventional under my name, but they're all going to be put into the LLC. I just opened an LLC, and each of those individually is going to be put into a trust to protect them from each other and
Yeah,
from me.
we have a turnkey business too. And Andre, I
Yeah.
don't know if you knew that we had a turnkey business, but
That's how
we,
I learned about you. I was
yeah, we
I
make
learned
every
about
one
you
of
through
our
Zach. Yeah,
investors go through a trust just for security.
yeah. We
To put them in trust, right?
Yeah, we don't allow anyone to go personal.
right. So everything is gonna go into a trust that I'm buying. Yeah, and I also have access to the Easy Street Properties listings too. So I see those.
Yeah.
So with all the stuff that you're talking about here, all the marketing lists stuff and running campaigns, that all makes perfect sense to me. I get it, using texting campaigns and call rail.
Sure.
For me, what I'm not clear about is how do you uh, negotiate and close, meaning that like you need to know all the ins and outs of the state of the house and stuff like that. That's the part that I'm not clear on, but I think that's probably in the course.
You have the course, correct?
Yes,
Yeah, there's a whole section
it's
on
all
it.
in there.
I think it's called transaction coordination.
Yeah.
Search for that lesson. I think that lesson
Okay.
summarizes the whole closing process.
Yeah. So getting the leads seems easy enough. Like you just
Yeah.
run these campaigns, you spend some money,
Yeah.
and then then you know what to do with them. So,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah, and you
the
don't want a
point
bad
that I'm at.
reputation of locking in properties and not telling people they're right, like repairs and maintenance cost, right?
Exactly. So yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
need to
and
spend the weekend learning that.
Yeah, so keep trudging on. It's in there.
you can only buy up to like 9. I think is it still 9 or 10? I think is it like personally under your name? Is it under?
So this is cool. I could buy 10.
Portfolios.
I could buy 10 more for my wife, and then after that, we can just do portfolio loans and keep buying them. And then
Nice.
because of our personal situation, we can do something called a cost segregation study that I'm learning about, where we could depreciate like half the worth of the house in 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
And if you buy 10 houses and depreciate them 50% that first year, I guess in theory, you can knock your taxable income down to almost zero. But then if you keep buying houses each year, you can keep depreciating the ones that you bought that year 50%. That's a call I just had
Really?
that's a call that I just had today about cost segregation studies. It makes sense if you have high income from your job to basically knock it down to zero that way. And then as long as
Interesting.
you're 1031 exchanging your properties, then you're never going to recoup the depreciation. So I'm just going to keep the 1031 exchanging till I die, basically, and then
Mm-hmm.
never have to
Yeah.
recoup that ridiculous depreciation that we did.
Yeah.
Until they change the laws.
Interesting.
Yeah. And they're like, okay, it's time to pay up.
Because you recoup the
Interesting.
depreciation when you sell, unless you 1031 exchange, then you defer it, and then you just never ever not 1031 exchange.
Yeah. I mean, you can just keep moving your personal residence. And
Maybe don't brag about it too much on social media so people don't get too fired up and want to change the laws.
Oh yeah.
Now,
I-
Kyle, what type of price points are you guys doing turnkey properties at?
120.
120?
Yeah.
And what about in Indianapolis?
About that.
About 120?
They're really similar markets.
About 100 to 150, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're renting for about 1,200. Property tax as well. They cash flow well. So far, so good. Knock on wood.
I used to buy a lot of
Yeah.
property in the rough parts of Bakersfield,
Yeah.
and I got spoiled for a while, and then it's so tough to now look at. For example, we're splitting up a partnership, and we're selling a property that we paid $10,000 for. That was renting for $800. So I'm going to have to replace some of those properties at some point in time. It's different. I want this thing to kind of take a downturn but who knows what'll happen.
Downturn to load up. I think now's the time.
Yeah, that's
What's
what
the
I'd love to do.
Oh yeah.
What's the thought
It's a great
process on
time.
Now is a good time.
what's the process on
Yeah.
thought process on 1031s versus like doing home equity line of credit and using that money? And like,
Can't you?
well, if you do 1031, that means you're selling it to buy another one, as opposed to if you just get a home equity line of credit, you would keep that property and pull out the cash and then use that for another.
So I actually just had a call about this today, and generally speaking, these turnkeys that I'm buying, you want to hold them for 4 to 6 years is the understanding. because any longer than 6 years and you're starting to run the risk of big capex. So if you get rid of them in 5 years, you're kind of avoiding that big capex expense. Hence why you're better off 1031 exchanging than doing the HELOCs and trying to hold them longer than 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
So
like,
where
I'm
I'm at, the
avoiding
house is at.
I'm avoiding
Lost.
replacing the roof that way.
Okay. I'm in the middle of replacing a roof actually this week. So yeah, it's like 15 grand.
Yeah, I'm selling 2 properties right now, and one of them needs the roof replaced.
Oh yeah.
So that's already a lesson learned for me.
Yeah. So where I'm at
What's
in
the big
Boston,
cap?
all the
What was that?
No, I'm sorry. I was just asking what's the big capex you were saying to
Maintenance.
avoid a big capex?
Maintenance expenses and.
Like,
if you're buying new houses after a few years, they start to depreciate like for real. So then you would have to start putting money into fix them up. So he's saying he would just 1031 them, get rid of them, and then just buy another newer property that's already good to go.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah, because everything in a
Oh.
turnkey is supposed to have like 10, 15 years of life in it, at least in theory. That's what it's supposed to have. So if you sell it in 5 years, you can avoid having to replace a roof or an HVAC or electrical or plumbing. Those are like, or foundation, right? You're avoiding
Oh,
any of that going wrong if you're only holding it for 5 years and then 1031 exchanging them. That's not
I
to
see.
say that that's not to say it can't happen, but that's the general idea.
When
I just spent a couple of years ago like 25 grand replacing a couple of HVACs, and I'm spending 15 grand this week doing a roof. So I like your plan.
I didn't
But I've
come
had
up
good
with it.
appreciation too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
rent to retirement guy came up with it.
At
That's
some point, Lewis manages all of our investors' portfolios through the turnkey business. I think he comes in. I'm not sure which day. I'll figure out for you guys. He's the one to ask all these questions. He knows it like the back of his hand.
yeah. Yeah, I'm just
what about
parroting what I
Armando?
learned.
I'm
No,
sorry?
that's awesome, man. And what about Armando? Where are you at, man?
I'm in Visalia, California, Fresno area.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You
Okay.
have San Francisco, you have LA, and we're out in the middle of nowhere out in this area.
I know where you are. Yeah, I'm in, well, you know, our market, Southern California, and then also Portland, but we, you know, we get leads out there sometimes. Actually we're working Bakersfield too right now. We haven't gotten anything there yet, but we're working it.
We're always looking to buy in California, so keep us in mind.
Really? Okay. Yeah, I
done.
mean, good to know. For flips or rentals or both?
All the above.
All the above. Well, you know what? Let me. I tell you what. Let's talk after the after we all hang up. What's your number, brother?
It's 559-805-6511.
Wait. I'm sorry. 559 what?
805 6511.
6511. Armando. Nice. You see, making connections on Zoom.
I like it, gentlemen.
I like it.
I'm gonna have to disappear here. I'm gonna go to the office for a little bit, but thank you guys for. I'm just excited to learn from you guys. Tyler, thank you for
Me too.
for giving us all these little nuggets, man.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a short one today, but no
Yeah,
problem.
Tyler is like a prodigy.
Tyler.
Hey, you guys have a
Nice.
good one, man. Call me anytime, Tony.
See you, Armando.
I'll call you, Armando. Thank you.
Guys. Bye.
Good to see you, Tyler, man. I missed you, dude.
Yeah. You gotta come to one of the events.
I will go. Yeah, I will be there. I'll be going to one of your events there pretty, probably later this year, early next year or something like that with Ryan. And I miss the Edge, man. Dean broke my heart when he stopped doing the Edge, man. I was like, I love that.
Cut it off? That's surprising, It was such a big driver for all of his different. It would kind of like trickle up into all of his different programs,
I'm in his knowledge business Blueprint though, and he has like so many people on that, and he sells so many courses off of that. Like he's upselling so many things.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah.
The thing I was looking at, I was
Yeah.
in the what was it called? Like the 100X group or something. The thing that Cody Sperber's been pushing. There's some.
Oh, the 100 million.
There's
Yeah.
some good people.
100 Million Academy.
Yeah.
I think it's like $97 a month.
Yeah, I was interested in that. I want to go with the live one though.
I flew out from Boston to Arizona to Scottsdale, I think it was, and went to his Clever Summit this past year. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I've had lunch with him and Dean a bunch of times. He's a good guy.
Oh, nice.
He comes.
Yeah.
He's really pushy sales guy. Like he's really just like sales driven, I think. But I don't know. I've known him for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they all seem like great guys. I almost got Sean Terry's program too, but you know, I've kind of had enough knowledge, you know, to do the wholesaling. But now we want to branch out to, like, we haven't been doing direct to seller, you know, like just with the agents, you know, like a one-legged table. So we need to definitely. I'm excited about this. You know, crash that we have, economic crash, man. It's going to be like, I thought I missed out on 08, 09, 010, you know, but it's coming around again. It's like,
it's crazy because the market's almost back to even. Like, it's pretty close, right?
Yeah, but
yeah,
it'll be a long-term, like a ripple effect you don't see coming yet.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. It's strange, you know, I think like, cause the dollar is strong, the dollar's getting stronger, but there's this guy on YouTube called Brent Johnson who talked about the milkshake, economic milkshake effect. And he talked about how like he thinks, we'll kind of boom again, sort of, you know, and that the dollar will get stronger. And that the market could boom again, the stock market could go back up and then the economy could somewhat boom, but eventually it'll end badly, you know, but, you know, in the meantime, there will be like bankruptcies, like next year, right? You know, lots of bankruptcies, lots of foreclosures, lots of short sales. So it'll get easier to wholesale, right?
All the people that are going, you know, defaulting on their Airbnb mortgages, all those people that can't get people into their rentals, you know, what's happened to them?
That's right.
I haven't heard anything about those yet, and that's millions and millions of people.
Yeah, I lucked out. I have three of my 4 tenants are renewing, but I have to go through the process for one of them, so.
That's one thing.
Curious to see how that goes. What's up?
One reason or one thing that I want to find out to do is I want to be able to pull a list of all the Airbnb listings in the area and kind of cross it with an exact data equity list, figure that out, and then target those people. I haven't figured it out yet. I feel like the Airbnb people are, but if you find someone with equity, you know,
right,
maybe that would work out. Or maybe someone that's over leveraged.
Dude,
I don't know, maybe that way.
Dude,
I like your
putting
Google
that
sheet.
Yeah.
I like your Google sheet that you made for the rental application. I still have to set it up.
Did you get a copy of that one? I have tons of them. I have one.
It's in my Google Sheets. I think I'll have to like copy and paste everything.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have like the original to copy, but
I don't think I can share my original because I still use it. But
yeah,
you can definitely copy from it.
Duplicate it, maybe.
Yeah, you might just have to sit down for 30 minutes and copy it.
Yeah,
But that one's automated, right?
What's that?
Is it automated? That Google sheet?
You have like a link, right? And then you just send them the link, and then they fill it out.
So like my house is on Facebook Marketplace. Every time someone says they're interested, I just pop in a link, say, hey, glad you're interested. Before I show the place, I require you to do an application. So I pop in the link. Whoever fills it out is obviously motivated to actually see the house, and it saves me from wasting time.
Yeah, I like that because I'd gone through like a bunch of real estate books, like landlording books, and I pulled a bunch of questions. And I was always like copying and pasting the list of questions, and it's kind of the same process, but it'd be nice to just send a link instead of it. Seems more professional.
Mine,
although
I based ours off of the one we use in the turnkey business. So like we have a couple page thing. I just made it a Google form for me. So
nice. Yeah, that was smart.
Yeah.
When's the next Zoom call, Tyler?
Next Zoom call is Monday.
Sorry.
Yeah. No.
Every Monday.
Oh, yeah?
Friday. The times are going to fluctuate a little bit, so it's going to be between 1 and 5 each day. But, 3 days a week.
What's the Monday one?
Oh, wow.
Monday's screening and leasing tenants. So that's going to be Kaylin from the office. She's like the property management manager.
That's
She's really good with all those in-depth tenant questions and stuff about that topic.
awesome.
See, that's my goal eventually, is to, that's awesome you're doing that, Andrew and Dan, because that's my goal with my wholesale profits, is to now be getting rentals, but not till probably like later this year, early next year, to start to do that, in Indianapolis especially.
Mhm.
Ryan was selling me deals, so
Well, you guys
yeah,
were
great
wholesaling
market.
back in the day, right?
Hmm?
You guys were co-wholesaling back in the day, weren't you? You and Ryan?
Yeah, we did. We've done. We did. Well, we did a deal together. Well, we've done like a couple of deals together actually. But yeah, he went out to Indianapolis. Because it was just like, first he went to Ohio, because that's where he's from. It's Toledo, Ohio, and then he chose Indy as his market. It just wasn't happening for him out here in Southern California. It's kind of a tough market to break through. It's like it's hard to. You can do it. It's just that it's like it's less
A lot easier
deals.
your footing somewhere else, a lot lower barrier.
Yeah, he went, but no, we're best friends and accountability partners, and we call each other our one and only somebody, because of the movie, what was that called, The Interview, with Seth Rogen and James Franco, and it was a blessing, man. It was God. It was the stars aligned. Like, we all need an accountability partner, and he's a brother, and I showed him. I met him here. He was one of my buyer's acquisition guys. He had lost all his money in 2008, after the crash. He was flipping, and it crushed him. He was just flipping. He was doing it in San Diego. He lost everything, went to Thailand, and was consulting, and then finally came back and partnered with his buddy, or worked for him. And I started sending him deals. We didn't do any deals together. They came close, but I sent him like 3-4 leads. But I met him down here. He was broke, and I showed him I said, dude, you should wholesale, man. And I showed him 4 weeks to freedom, and he was not paying attention at first. I got pissed off, and I'm like, dude, this is good. You need to pay the F attention. And then he loved it, when he started talking about buyers and the what is that called? The squeeze play for the buyers, and it changed his life, man. Yeah, like he said, he's done a couple hundred deals. And he's done more deals than me now, but you do less deals in Southern California. I've done over 100 now. And, but anyways, my goal is to get rentals, passive income. That's really but I'm going to turn this into passive income too, my company, and just go ahead and, remove myself from it, and that's why I wanted to get this. And, it's good dude, it's like familiar faces, and it's awesome to be here with you guys again.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's cool to be talking to people on the same path, because all the people I'm surrounded by aren't thinking like this. So other than I have a lot of good connections on like Facebook and stuff, but in personal life, it's hard to have those connections.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying these Zoom calls. Like, traditionally, it's just live and then whatever gap in between them. But these Zoom calls these are the ticket.
Yeah, definitely.
It's awesome, man. And I love it. And Andrew, where are you from, man, originally? Or are you American?
I was born in Ukraine.
And
then I grew up in New York, and now I'm in Texas.
We're in New York.
Nice.
New York City.
Oh, okay. I'm from New York too.
Yeah, Brooklyn.
You're from Marlboro, right?
Yep.
I lived in Brooklyn for a year and a half.
Wow. Yeah, it's good to be on these calls and listen to you guys that are all doing it already too. So that's pretty inspiring.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Likewise. I mean, you're doing it. For where I want to go. It's for the rental. The passive income, and I totally recommend wholesale, man.
Yeah, wholesaling sounds like the way to go in the right order. Like, you start off with the wholesaling before you start trying to renovate them yourself and flipping them, because like my big thing is figuring out how do I become an expert in all things about the house and what everything is worth. So wholesaling would be the way. I'm I'm just going about it again in a slightly different order because I'm starting off buying the rental properties already, just
Yeah.
because like that's, you know, how my life turned out with the position that I'm in is I don't know if you know what the golden handcuffs are, but it's like a real thing with jobs. So it's like
Yeah.
you start a job, but then the longer you're in it, then the harder it is to get out, kind of a
It's
thing.
tough, man. It's hard.
It'd be
Yeah. I'm
easier
about to
if
have
I
a baby too, so the insurance is like good security, but at the same time, I'm like trapped.
Wow.
So it's like a good problem to have though, because you're doing well,
Yeah.
but it's like
Right.
would have been the best time to start would have been when I was like Tyler's age.
Right.
It's 20, now I'm 29, so I'm like, you know, once you get like 7-8 years experience in the workplace and you start becoming like a manager, then obviously it gets harder to leave. And then it's like the worst thing that could happen is you become an executive. Then it's like they actually lock you in with the compensation vests over 10 years, which means they lock you in for 10 years if you are dumb enough to become an executive. So I don't want to become an executive at the company.
That's always my debate is like climbing the ladder versus I always want to do my own thing. So then it kind of like holds me back at my job, you know?
Yeah, you climb the ladder too high, then you start getting 10-year vesting in your compensation, and then suddenly that's like real golden handcuffs.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
But thank you all for the information. I'll see everybody. I guess next week, Monday, right?
Hey man, good luck with that house.
Monday.
All right, thank y'all.
all right, brother.
Take care.
Take care, man.
Guys, I gotta jump
So-
off. I got a 2:30.